It is the 9th of October and, believe it or not, the sun is shining, so I'm going to make a garden tour. At the very border of the allotment we dug over our strawberry field, and now the strawberries are visible again. That's great, but there's also a lot of grass coming through again. It's really fast. On the other side it doesn't look quite as clean. We have to dig over this side as well because there are strawberries growing here too. I zoom in. Here you can see them, and there are fruit on there, but I doubt that they will ripen in time. The former tomato bed where I planted spinach is still very bare. No spinach to be seen. I guess that's because of the slugs. I doubt that we will get any harvest here. These are our physalis, and they ripen one after one, so every time I come here I can harvest a few. Not that many, but at least a few. This is a Physalis Schönbrunner Gold from near. You can see it has very plant lampions, and the fruit are rather big, rather like middle-sized tomatoes. Just for reference, here is a fruit of the other Physalis plants that I'm growing. They're smaller, and you see it's more pointy, and the fruit are rather small but still very tasty. From the other side the bed looks like this. Our broccoli is blooming. I'll go a little bit farther to here. Here are the flowers. I can go nearer and show it to you from there. Here is a broccoli flower up front. Maybe you can see it, but here are hundreds of bees buzzing around, and who knows, maybe I will be able to harvest some broccoli seeds. The last tomato plant is still producing fruit. It had some problems with the blight, but it overcame these problems and is still producing fruit, and they are also ripening. It's supposed to be a yellow variety, so you can see there are some ripe fruit on there actually. The lychee tomatoes also bring ripe fruit still. Not many, but there are still a few on there. The pole beans don't produce that many fruit anymore, but I let some ripen for seed for next year. I didn't think that this would happen, but there's Antillen cucumber, don't know how they are called in English, Cucumis anguria, growing here, and I'm really curious whether it will ripen in time. I'm very curious how this thing tastes like. I'm very happy with my Melotria this year. They're really producing lots of fruits and I can harvest many, and I really love these things. Just so you see what I'm talking about, this is such a little Melotria cucumber. Very delicious. I like it. My kaiguas, the most prolific vegetable at the moment. We could harvest daily or maybe every second day. There are lots and lots of fruit coming here. Those are really great. As you might know, I have two different kinds of Zyklantera of kaigua. This here is Zyklantera pedata, and I'll show you the other one in a minute. And here is a wonderful specimen of the Zyklantera brachystachya fat baby, also very delicious. My yacon looks great. I'm very curious what will be below it. This thing here is the Malabar spinach. We already harvested some of it. It's really delicious. I can go closer. You see it has the succulent leaves. Lots of them. Oh, there are so many mosquitoes here today. I'm sorry, the picture doesn't sharpen. I don't know why. Now. Here are the succulent leaves of the Malabo spinach, and they're really delicious. They're huge plants. Yeah. The cucumbers are completely done. There's nothing left here. We harvested several eggplants. There are still flowers on there, but I doubt that we will get any more fruit. The peppers have been very good this year. We had lots of them, and there are still some fruits on there. That's okay. The bush beans are done now. There are still some on there for seeds. We harvested the last bunch a couple of days ago, but I think there's nothing that we will be able to harvest anymore. On the contrary, the red beans, beetroots are really prolific, and we harvest lots of them. Yeah, they're really good this year. Here are a few carrots, not exactly many, but a few. It's okay. These two beds are my watermelon and corn bed. The watermelons just vanished somewhen, and the corn I cut down because there wasn't anything to harvest left. What grows here, so beautiful green, is my spinach that I've resown, the other bed, and it's growing good. It will soon be big enough that we can harvest some. And something funny happened here. I will go a little bit closer, because if you look close here, the thing in the middle is no spinach. That's a radish, because the radishes grew on the next bed from here, and I let them go to seed because I like the seed pods. They taste really delicious when young and green. And some ripened and resow themselves, so there are some radishes growing here, and I think that we will be able to harvest some of them. And next to it, the spinach has already nice leaves, and I think we can harvest some of it soon. Here's another one of those self-sown radishes, and as you can see, there's already a nice bulb down there. Yay, parsley! Here a beautiful cauliflower is growing. At some point I planted some lettuce, and most of the lettuces have been eaten by the slugs, but there are still some left. This one, for example, it looks nice, but I doubt that it will be big enough to give a good harvest. This thing I will harvest today, that's Swiss chard. It regrew nicely after we cut it down completely, and we will have Swiss chard strudel today. The zucchini aren't really doing anything. They're still blooming, but there's nothing really growing. So here's a view on my sweet potato bed, and I will stop now because I got sucked out by the mosquitoes completely. They're really heavy today, and I think if I don't go now, there will be no blood left. Okay, bye bye.